Hi, how are you, Gemini? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. This is your December reading. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Remember, energy is fluid. It's always changing. This is what the energy is currently for the month of December. Take what resonates, what doesn't. Let it fly. Don't make it apply. It's my saying. Remember, I read the energy on the cards. If I don't force something. Sometimes the cards say doesn't necessarily mean what I feel or see it as. So we have the Three of Swords, the Ace of Swords, Two of Cups, the Magician, the Ten of Cups. Funny, Gemini, I'm also recording this on the full moon in Gemini. So it's like the big portal, the big gateway for you. So this could be a really powerful reading. It already looks like one. Looks like a lot of happiness, a lot of things you've been wishing and wanting. Might be either coming to an end in December or starting for you in December. Ace of Pentacles, the Chariot. Somebody getting a new car. Looks like somebody's buying a new car. This card wanted to flip. The Hierophant. Somebody's getting engaged, maybe. Whoa, that whole deck. I'm not taking all the cards. The Star. I'm hearing you, my dream come true. It almost looks like, it feels like somebody's, and I know the Aquarius, the Star card is the major arcana for Aquarius, but it almost looks like she's the Aquarius is, you know, the symbol for the water bearer, so they always depict her, you know, usually with like water, like pouring it out like into like a river or a ravine, because she's supposed to represent, and I'm saying she because it's usually a woman, and Aquarius, you know, is the rarest sign of them all because it's the shortest amount of time you could be born in that zodiac sign. But it's supposed to be the symbolism for pouring out like wisdom on humanity, you know, bearing knowledge on humanity. But she's got two jugs and she's pouring them out, but she's not pouring them out into water. She's pouring them out on what looks like or feels like stone, like dumping out water of like 2 cups of like what would be love, what we consider love. Like she's emptying them out. So it looks like somebody's like wish for like a soulmate connection. The other person doesn't feel the same way, and you're like, I don't think so. And you're like dumping it out, like saying no, like saying no to the ring, like, don't want it, no thanks. Nine of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck. Like the Hermit, yeah. It's like, you know, there's something better out there. The Queen of Pentacles, Temperance. See how the water's flowing into this? It's like the divine telling you something better's out there. Because right here, look, she's pouring them out. And this is not water. It's like stone. So Gemini, I feel like it's you. You're like, I don't want this. Whatever this is. I don't know if it's love, if it's... And you got the Ten of Cups. I feel like you're saying no. Because you're looking to the future. Like, I had something better for myself somewhere else. No thanks. And you got the Two of Cups, which is the soulmate card. But I feel like you're pouring it out because you don't want it. That's what it feels like. But let's see. Okay, Gemini, let's see what you really got going on in December here, right? And I'm reading this in the Northern Hemisphere in the US when it's literally your full moon today. So this is a powerful moon for you. So Three of Swords usually means, well, it can mean a lot of things, but I do not feel third party. I don't feel third party at all. Sometimes people claim it's third party. I think it takes a lot to pick up on a third party interference. I mean, I can feel like another person's energy. You've heard me in other talks say, "Oh, this feels like another party, a third energy here, saying this or that," but I don't feel that here. Well, you know, the more I hold this, I don't feel like it's. I still don't feel like it's a third party. Like like you're in a third party situation, like somebody's like, you know, you guys are sneaking around and somebody else is like married to somebody else, or somebody else is in a really committed relationship and you guys are cheating. I don't get that kind of vibe. I get the vibe of, and this is going to be for some of you, Gemini, not all of you, but again, this, I think I've had it before in another reading, like somebody's not happy. Yeah, somebody's not happy, or somebody's envious or jealous. Like, it's almost like a little voodoo doll. And there's only two little pricks in here, but it's like somebody's almost like gonna put that third little pin in there to try to like seal the deal. Like, somebody's just not happy about the situation. And not happy in like their I don't mean like practicing like witchcraft kind of stuff. I mean, not happy in that this could be somebody who is really intuitive or wise, and they know why they're not happy about this connection. If there is a connection with somebody, Gemini, because the Ten of Cups and the Two of Cups makes me think there's a connection. But it doesn't mean for all of you there's a connection in December. But I feel like there's somebody who feels like this isn't a healthy connection you might be in, Gemini, or even within yourself. Maybe you haven't fully connected with yourself in a healthy way. You haven't established healthy boundaries for yourself. But I feel like there's somebody in the 3D. I don't mean like a guide or spirit or the divine. I mean somebody in the 3D world is wise, and it doesn't mean that they're like a senior person, you know, the way we would look to like our grandparents or our parents or elderly, like our, you know, people older than us. It could be somebody younger, because this is like, I see like a child. So sometimes children have more wisdom than we do, right? So I think it could be somebody young, like a niece, a nephew, your own child, a neighbor's kid that you might babysit, your cousin who could be like 10 years younger than you. It could be a close friend who has a child. It could be your own inner child, like your own younger self who's really talking to you, if you really listen, telling you, look, you got to get healthy first. Like, you're not, you. So either it's about yourself, you yourself are not fully, Gemini, it's yourself that you are ignoring your own intuition. I feel like, yeah, people don't pick the Three of Swords. I know it's not an intuition card, but I feel like it is. Because the Three of Swords, I think, what is the Three of Swords? It represents, well, yeah. So the Three of Swords is Saturn in Libra. So Saturn represents learning. So you haven't learned something. So I feel like it's something you haven't mastered. So that's why I'm picking up on like it's an intuition thing. So it's something you haven't either learned about yourself and mastered about yourself yet, Gemini, in December, in early December. I feel like this very first week of December. And it's the number 3. So I feel like, yeah, before December 5th, you're going to start going, I got to work on this. Maybe even by the 3rd of December. It's early December. But it's a learning card. It's something you have not mastered yet for yourself. That's what I feel like it is for the most of you. And then for a smaller group of you, I feel like it's related to a connection. It's related to a connection that's might not be the right connection for you. Or the connection needs to, you and this connection have to go through some tough learning lessons if it's worth it to grow. This is what I feel like is going to happen in early December. And I feel like this outside person has the best, if it's an outside person, they have the best intentions for you. It's not negative intentions. Sorry, Gemini, I'm talking really long and I'm only on the first card. So you're going to have this clarity. And again, in early December. This is early December. And the way I see it over this whole maze is like you're going to start to see how things connect. But I feel like that's actually later in December. I don't feel like that's in early December because I feel like you have to go through these other experiences in December first. Because I feel like, actually maybe that's your, actually I feel like that's your overarching energy for the month of December is clarity. This is what you're going to have for the whole month of December is this clarity and this realization. It's like you're going to be learning in December. So it's clarity over how all these things are interconnected, right? We're all interconnected as beings. We're all interconnected as souls. The only point we're here to do is love. But I feel like you still have some tough lessons you have to go through for yourself. How to have healthy boundaries for yourself. How to have healthy boundaries for people you love. How to have healthy boundaries for your finances. How to have healthy boundaries in good connections and romance, how to have healthy boundaries with family and friends. I don't feel like you've mastered that and you're getting clarity on that and you'll understand it by the new year. I mean, not like throughout the whole new year, but like early January, you're going to see the whole picture. So it feels like you have a really wise friend or who's going to kind of be with you or give you guidance or something in the month of the month of December. February is going to be important for you because I start to say February. So in the month of December, somebody you view as very grounded. This is the Hierophant. So the Hierophant can represent a teacher, a mentor. It can also represent marriage, but I don't see that here with the 2 lambs. See, this reminds me of somebody you view as spiritually enlightened. Somebody you view as has the key to a lot of insight that you may be lacking sometimes. I view this as somebody that is going to say something now and then to you in the month of December, and you're going to be like, of course, that's it. That's it. So this is somebody who, I don't feel it's family. I feel like it's a friend who is going to help you, Gemini, throughout this month with some of these struggles that you're going to be dealing with. And I don't feel like they're huge obstacles you can't overcome. I feel like they're small little ones you're going to be able to deal with in December as you grow. I feel like this is a month of Gemini. It's a month of you. And relationships or not relationships, even if you are in a connection, it's really a month about you and your own self-discovery and how can you grow and improve. And yeah, I know I focused a lot on this, but I think this person is, for the majority of you, helping you discover how to balance yourself and they're reminding you it's all about you first. and loving yourself first and having your own healthy boundaries first before other connections. And then I feel like you're going to now and then check in with a friend about, what do you think about this or that? And that friend's going to give you that aha moment. And it might be something really simple or short. Because I feel like you're juggling a lot of things, Gemini, in December. Like too many things. For some of you, it's holidays. For some of you, it's celebrations. For some of you, it's travel. For some of you, it's moving to new homes. For some of you, it's remodeling. For some of you, I feel like it's literally like buying a new car. For some of you, it might be getting married or going to weddings. Like you just have too much going on. You feel like you don't have a moment to like just like chill out for like a day, and that's all you want to do, but you can't. Even though it's the Magician card, which usually means manifestation, but you can't manifest and call in what you want if you can't even rest in peace and meditate. And I feel like this is you. You're all over the place. You're literally standing on a pentacle, trying to roll down a hill and do all these things at once. And also trying to get, oh yeah, and I'd like this. I'm just trying to get my mind quiet for just 2 minutes so I can call in the energy I want. So Gemini, I feel like you're all over the place in December. And you're just trying to quiet your mind. And you just can't. That's really what it makes me think of. I'm trying to remember what planet rules the Magician, and I can't remember. Because sometimes the planets tell us more than the zodiac signs. And then you get the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups is usually like the soulmate card, but soulmates don't always have to be in love, and that's where I think people get confused. So this is Venus in Cancer, and Venus is about beauty, love, but it doesn't have to just be love of like romantic love. It can be love with a friend. Like we have all kinds of soulmates as souls. It can be family, it can be friendship, it can be siblings, it can be our parents, it can be honestly with animals, they can be a spirit guide. So I feel like for all of you Geminis, it's going to be something different with this. And Cancer is a very intuitive, loving sign. They're very sensitive too. But I also feel like some of you are just going to be exchanging gifts with people you care about this month. Of course, in December in the United States, there's a lot of different types of religious holidays that are celebrated. I think they're that way all around the world anyway. But with this, I get the feeling for some of you, though, there's one person who feels like you're more, for the romantic side, right? I feel like there's one person who feels like you're more of a soulmate connection than the other. And that's where, for some of you, I felt like somebody was giving you guidance on, I don't know if that's the right person for you. And that was coming from a genuine place. It wasn't coming from a negative place. For some of you, I feel like this is the right person for you. So take it as it resonates, because I'm picking up on a lot of different Geminis. Sorry, I itch a lot when I start to hear messages loud. Because, okay, I'm getting so much information now. So the problem is, for those Geminis that I feel like this is the person where someone was cautioning you against, I don't know. I feel like the person they're like, I don't know about, I view him this way. They view him this way. Very me. And this is the Chariot. And the Chariot is the major arcana for Cancer. And it's actually, I view this as this isn't even how you view the card. It's actually somebody moving towards somebody. But I feel like this person's moving toward you in a way that is not a healthy way. I feel like this person is moving in a way. See how this is like a fast car? I feel like this car is a way that they're actually like plowing you down and like taking away from who you are, Gemini. And this other person who is cautioning against it is actually can see it and you can't. It's like you're one of the fans out here, like, woo, I'm so excited. But you can't see what's happening. Like, you can't see the big picture yet. And this is not for all of you. This is for some of you. And this person's actually a very, what can you do for me? What can I get from you? Kind of energy. Like, take kind of energy. And how can I just, yeah, drive. When I say drive my car right over you, it means kind of like they view you as like they can walk right over you, or they can take advantage of you, or they can get what they want from you. That's why this person over here is concerned. And you're over here so busy in December doing so many things, you're not even paying attention. That's why you have this other friend to run something by. That's how I view this. When all you want is this happy, loving, stable home of marriage, like that white picket fence, that dream everyone dreams about, Gemini. This is what you want, the 10 of Cups. I don't feel that's what this, for some of you, that's what this energy is. And this other person's trying to warn you about it, because maybe this other person sees it more than anybody. For other Geminis, I'm getting this soulmate card for who's also in a connection or a potential connection, is a true soulmate. And they're trying to come toward you to give you like a really good offer with the Ace of Pentacles. It's like, I want to give you this beautiful gift. Like, I have this great idea. This is what I want to present to you. Because they want to make you this happy home. So that's what I see. It's like the opposite. It's the exact opposite of what the other one is. But that's also why I got the vibe of work on healthy boundaries. If you have healthy boundaries, you'll be able to have all of this, Gemini. It's just, do you have it with the right person? That's the most important question to be asking yourself. The Chariot can also represent, see, this is also the moon. This is the moon in Cancer, but it can also mean that somebody's being really cowardly. And I feel like that's that other person who's, again, trying to ram you over because they don't have self-confidence in themselves. They're trying to take yours away. That's why this other energy is like, have healthy boundaries. Because the moon is our fears, right? But it also can be our intuition, but I don't see intuition in this card. I see this person knows what your fears are, and they know how to run them over. And that's what they're trying to do to some of you, Gemini. And that's why a lot of, I got from early on for a lot of you, have healthy boundaries. So I think a lot of you will be creating really healthy boundaries for yourself. A lot of you are going to be working on yourselves this month, creating healthy boundaries for yourselves. Because I feel like once you do that, you're going to be looking to the future and what you want. And what do you want in life? What do you want for 2024? Is what you're going to start asking yourself. If you're in a connection, you're going to be saying, do I want this in 2024? And some of you are going to be like, no. And some of you are going to be like, yeah, I do. This is actually a pretty healthy, stable relationship. We just need to work on this. This is not a major red flag I would be very concerned about for my children, or this would not be a major red flag I'd be concerned about if we were taking care of my elderly mother and living in the home together. Or no, these are issues you can just not work beyond. Because there's, everyone has red flags, right? That's life. But it's what red flags can you work through with somebody? And then what are red flags that are somebody's tearing you down at who you are as a person? Those are the red flags you run from. So I feel that's what some of you are going to be doing in terms of work, in terms of your connections with people. You're going to be getting rid of friends that no longer serve you, family members that are no longer healthy, relationships romantically that are no longer healthy for you, because you need to loosen up this kind of life. It's too much for you in December. And you want to be the one driving the car. You need to be the one taking your life forward. And you do. Towards the end of December, I feel like you have the clarity. And it's the Three of Wands. And I see it. I see the future. I know what I want. I know where I'm going. I know what I want in 2024. Because you have this. You see clarity. You see it all. You see the big picture. And see this hand up here? It makes me think of the divine, of your spirit guides, of your ancestors, of source, whatever resonates for you, giving you that clarity. I feel like some of you will have dreams. You might have visions. You might meditate. But something's also going to help you gain the clarity and insight you need to draw the connections through all of this maze that you're navigating in December, through family, through romantic relationships, through your business, through it all, about where do you want to go. And you can see he's got his two hands up like victory, like I got it. And then the last little fire's like inside, like he already knows. He already knows where he's going. So he's so excited. He can't wait. I feel like that's what's going to happen for a lot of you towards the end of December. You're going to have figured it out, but you're going to keep it to yourself. And for some of you, I feel like it's with the Ace of Pentacles, because the Ace of Pentacles is like having the Ace of Swords, right? It's another brilliant idea. So you can see how she's got this big key ring and all these keys on it. I feel like that's some of you with like, okay, I got that. Yeah, I'm gonna go open the doors to this now. Because now you've got the keys to the new. You learn the lesson. Remember how I said this is Saturn in Libra, the Three of Swords. You learn the lesson. You have the healthy boundaries now for yourself or for the connection or for whatever it is. You learn the lesson. You're like not repeating it. And I feel like each key represents you being tested throughout the month of December. Okay, I know I'm right because my nose is really itchy. So I feel like you'll be tested a few times. Like you're going to say, I don't want this, not for me. And you'll be tested. And sometimes that's the way the universe is like, are you sure? Are you sure you really got that lesson? I know because I've been tested. And if you pass it, if you're like, yeah, no, I'm sure, and it comes up again, but in a different form, meaning like a different type of person or a different type of situation, but you're like, oh, wait, I recognize this, been down that path, don't want to revisit things, and you say no, it's like, passed, passed. So then you get the new big opportunity, the upgrade, because you passed the big lesson from Saturn. So I feel like that's what's happening. And so when I was talking about this with Aquarius, the major arcana for Aquarius, the star card, which is usually the wish fulfillment, I felt like for some of you went with this, with the Two of Cups. And these are usually cups being exchanged between people. Here it's presents. And I feel like that's you getting your lesson. Like you passing like your final test. So maybe I should have showed it like this. But this is Aquarius major arcana. And I feel like this is you going, I don't want it, and pouring it out, and I don't want that, and pouring it out, and it's just going right out on concrete, and it's always poured out over water, because it's always the water bearer pouring back into the water. So Gemini, I feel like in December, you're passing your test. You're just dumping it out, because you're like, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, no thank you. I feel like you're saying, no, I already am the star. I'm the star of my own life. I don't need anybody else to define it. So I feel like that's you, Gemini, in December. So the Ten of Cups is you. If this is you going on this journey by yourself in December, Gemini, the Ten of Cups is you having victory for yourself, finding all this self-love for yourself in December, and winning, and being happy, and understanding you can't do anything in life first if you don't completely love yourself and understand all of this first. And you have to see the big picture to do that. And then you know what direction you're going. So I feel like that's your big lesson that you're passing. And we know to do that, it's a huge deal. And I think that's why we see so much celebration here. Because if you're passing a lesson from Saturn, those are the toughest lessons. Saturn's brutal. And Saturn gives us really hard lessons to get through. So I feel like that's what the majority of you are going to be doing in December, which means 2024 is going to be an amazing year for you. But I still feel like this is going to be an amazing month, because I feel like you're at the very end of this lesson. You're not in the middle of it. And if you were, I'd be seeing like, you know, like 7 of Wands, 5 of Wands, 8 of Swords. You know, I'd be seeing lots of swords and fighting, and like 9 of Swords or 10 of Wands. I don't see any of that. So I feel like you're just barely at the precipice of finishing it. You're at the very end. You almost caught the lesson. So it's like, you could even catch it at the very first week of, I feel like you're going to get it the very first few days of December, or the very first week of December. It's just proving to yourself and the universe that you got the lesson and you're right. And the Hierophant, who's the major arcana for Taurus, is that friend that you view as like wise, insightful. You can also be considered like a priest, I feel like who also has the key. You feel has like that key to that like insightful knowledge. It's the one you'll run some of these ideas by. But I feel like that's the majority of you. For those of you who really are in a stable, healthy, loving connection where you feel like, no, this isn't my storyline at all, then I feel like you've already learned those lessons and you're moving forward in love. And this person's coming to you quickly. But I feel like most of you really are learning how to love yourself and how to have healthy boundaries. So remember, every reading's not for every single person. This is for the general collective. So if it doesn't fit, don't make it, because then it's not your reading. And I'm doing a few more readings for Gemini this month anyway. A new love connection, and if you're with somebody, connection reading. And sometimes when I do general readings, some readings are just more obvious. They're for certain zodiac signs than others. So don't make it fit if it's not for you. But it really feels like this is more Gemini, you integrating yourself and understanding yourself and finding happiness and love within, and having clarity over what you really want more than anything, and getting away with what no longer serves you, and also learning who to listen to and who really truly has your best interest in mind, and who are those people just trying to run you down. And sometimes they're the people closest to us. Sometimes they're our partners, so we don't even realize it, because they're taking away our own identity. So take what resonates, what doesn't, don't make it fit. It's not for you. Because it's general. So I don't want you to ever make anything fit that isn't yours. Because that's not your story then. So I wish you a beautiful morning, afternoon, day, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for liking, subscribing, for sharing. And if you feel guided, for buying a coffee or emailing me for a private reading. Thank you for all of you who do buy me coffees and for emailing me for private readings. I sincerely appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, Gemini.